So, a spanning tree. What is a spanning tree? A spanning tree is going to avoid the loop on the layer 2 network by blocking the redundant link. What is the redundant link means here? Suppose this is the our two switches, and between the two switches we have connected two cables. Okay. If you connect the two cables, this is the switch 1 and this is the switch 2. Okay. Suppose this is the port number is 0/1 and this is the 0/2. This is also somewhere 0/1. This is also the 0/2. Okay. What will happen? Redundant means some extra link. Extra link. Suppose we have a two link. If you want to connect the spanning tree, this is simple. If you connect single link, it will work, right? It is going to pass the traffic. If you configure a single, suppose we don't have this link. If you have a single link between the switches and we can make this as a trunk, it will pass the traffic. Okay. In spanning tree, what it does actually, we have a two links here between the switches. Same switch, we have दो switch है हमारे पास, two different switches है, बस we have a two connectivity. These are the uplink. This is also trunk, this is also trunk. What will happen if the spanning tree, now what it does actually, spanning tree क्या कर रहा है कि ये same time we have a some process link, जो redundant link block करता है layer 2 पे, we have a some process here, means this link is going to block means this is not a shutdown, this is not a permanent block, this is something else. I will explain you later. So if you connected the two links between the two switches, what will happen? Something, suppose you send one data type A, it will come here. Type A is received by switch 2. If you have a single link, if you have a two link and spanning tree is not running, suppose we have a two link and spanning tree is not running. Spanning tree is not running. This is the link 1, this is the link 2. और spanning tree नहीं चल रहा है. Just assume we don't have spanning tree. So what will happen? A is going to come here. After that, the same A from here, it is going to repeat again here. So what will happen here? It is going to round the data. It is going to round the data like this. I mean, it is going to create the loop. See. So what will happen? A is going from here. It will receive here. A is going here. Again, what will again this? It is connected in the same pro, right? So A will again start here. It will come like here. So what will happen? The A is going to repeat. It will come here. It will come go here. It will come here. It will go here. It will come here. It will go here like this. It will happen like this. It is going to create the loop. It's like this round, round, round out. If it will create the loop, then what will happen? It is going to bring down our network performance. Because of that, in layer 2 network, by default, spanning tree is running. No need to enable anything. It is already there. If you connect two switches, it will block one. It will block one port automatically. Let me show you here. It will block automatically. It will block auto. No need to block anything for yourself. It will block automatically. If a spanning tree is not there, then what will happen? It is going to create the loop, because same copy of the broadcast he will send again and again. Same copy of the broadcast they will send again and again. Simple क्या करेगा? A भेजेगा, again A is going to receive this again like this only. The same broadcast हुआ ना, means the A is the packets which is going to broadcast here like this. Means जो frame है broadcast होगा तो loop create कर देगा. Spanning tree नहीं रहेगा तब. If we are running the spanning tree, then what will happen? It is not going to create any of the loops. If you have an extra link, redundance means if you have extra links, it is going to block as per the spanning tree process. We have a process we will discuss. Anyone has any question? So let me show you. If you connect switch in two switches and you have a connection between switches, see, automatically one is going to block and one is going to orange, green. You can see here. Both are in orange. Now spanning tree is running here. I'll show you, not now because you will get confused. Not now. I'll show you. Don't worry. Let it be. I'll write something. So before going to understand span tree, first we need to understand about the four things here. STP terminology. You have to understand about the STP terminology. Okay. So in STP terminology, we have a four things. Number one, you can understand the root bridge. Second, you can understand about the BPDO. Third, you should have to understand about the root port. Root port. Then you can understand about the designated port. Four things we have to understand. Four things we have to understand. उसके बाद आप full entire topology आप समझ जाएंगे कि actually why we are using the spanning tree, what is the requirement of what, क्या एक्चुअल रिक्वायरमेंट है स्पैनिंग ट्री की। तो उसके पहले हम लोग चार चीजें पढ़ेंगे। हम लोग फर्स्ट क्या रहेगा, रूट ब्रिज। सेकंड रहेगा हमारा बीपीडीयू, रूट पोर्ट एंड डेजिनेटेड पोर्ट। हमारा चार चीज। फर्स्ट लेट्स स्टार्ट अबाउट द रूट ब्रिज। व्हाट इज द रूट ब्रिज? व्हाट इज द रूट ब्रिज? We have a three switches here. Switch 1, switch 2, and switch 3. Okay. This is connected 0/1. This is connected 0/2. This is also connected somewhere 0/1 and 0/2. This is also 0/2 and 0/1. The port number is connected, right? Root bridge means who is the master switch. Root bridge मतलब कौन है master यहाँ पे? Who is going to initiate first? तो उसमें root bridge means we have one definition. You can write it down. Then I'll explain you. Root bridge. Root bridge, a switch. Switch has best means lowest. Bridge ID become a root bridge. Become a root bridge. Okay. I'll explain you the what is the bridge ID. Then we can go for the root bridge. How the root bridge is becoming. What is a root bridge? A switch has a lowest bridge ID is become a root bridge. Okay. Just you can understand about the bridge ID. What is the bridge ID? If you understand about the bridge ID, then it is easy to understand about the root bridge. Bridge ID is priority plus MAC address. Priority plus MAC address. Bridge ID, it's consist priority at MAC address. Okay. How much priority they are going to consider? They will consider only 2 byte of priority. 2 byte of priority. They will consider 2 byte of priority. But in this 6 byte of MAC address. 6 byte of MAC address. 2 byte of priority, 6 byte of MAC address become a root bridge. In this also, 2 byte of priority, 6 byte of MAC address. 2 byte means it's 2 की power 16. Byte means just simply 1 byte equals to 8 bit. 8 bit. That is what this is 2 की power 16. The priority range is 2 की power 16. 2 की power 16 means it is equal to from 0 to 65,535. That is what the priority. If you calculate 2 की power 16, then it is become priority number is. And third point here, default priority is 32768. It is default for everyone. जो भी जितना भी switch हमारे पास ना, suppose we have 100 switch or 10 switch, whatever switches are there, they are Cisco switches. The default priority is coming 32768. It is default for everyone. Okay. Third point is, fourth point is, it is a decimal number, and this is the hexadecimal number. Hexadecimal number. MAC address is always in hexadecimal number. So the bridge IDs consist this, and this. For MAC address, this and this. Okay. As per the system, suppose we have a 3 switches here, right? So the default priority is 32768. 32768 for this also. 32768 for this also, and 32768 for this also. Means everyone has a default priority. Everyone has a default priority. 1 minute. Let me mark this. Who has become a master here? Means who has become a root bridge? A root bridge we are studying, right? So who has become a root bridge? The switch is having the lowest bridge ID. Lowest bridge ID is become a root bridge. Suppose 32,768, this is there. I'm just assuming the MAC address also. Suppose this having a MAC address is 0A. This is having the MAC address is 0A. This is having the MAC address is 0B. Just I'm assuming this is not exact. This is the 0C. Okay. Priority plus MAC address means 32768 plus MAC address is 0A. This is the bridge ID. This is the bridge ID for switch 1. 32768 plus 0B. This is the bridge ID. This is the bridge ID for switch number 2, switch number 3. And this is the bridge ID of 32768 plus 0C. This is the bridge ID of switch number 2. This is the bridge ID. This is the bridge ID. And this is the bridge ID. Now, if you will ask me which one is the root bridge, I'll say lowest MAC address is what? I'll explain you something. So as per the hexadecimal number, this is the lowest. This is your lowest. Lowest because 0A it is 10, 0B it is 11, 0C it is 12. So this is your root bridge. This is your root bridge. But how they are going to elect first? Elect first means I'm not talking about this process. How they are going to understand who is the root bridge? How they are going to understand who is the root bridge? Means switch 1, now we know this value. That's what we said, that is the root bridge. But we don't know when we are connecting this switch. Suppose this switch we have connected right here. We don't know who is the root bridge. From the beginning, now I came to know who is the root bridge. This is the root bridge. I know that this is the root bridge because I know the process. Because see, one is block, right? I said it will be blocked. It is blocking one. Orange is there, right? It is going to follow one process. So who is the root bridge? We have to know. So once they are coming up, ये तीनों स्विच जब एक बार कनेक्ट करते हो ना, So everyone is assuming I am the root bridge. Switch 1 also he's going to assume I am the root bridge. He's also assuming I am the root bridge. Once they are come up, means once we have connected the cable and powers, they are coming up. Everyone is coming up at the same time. He's also assuming that I am the root bridge because he don't have any information about the root switch number 2. Everybody don't have informations to each other. What happened? He's also assuming I am the root bridge. He's also assuming I am the root bridge. He's also assuming that I am the root bridge. Once they are exchanging the BPDU, this is the packet. Once they are exchanging the BPDU, then they will come to know, because in BPDU they are getting the informations like these kind of informations. I'll explain you. Once they are exchanging the BPDU, then they are able to exchange the information between each other. After that they will come to know who is the root bridge. जब BPDU exchange करते हैं उसके बाद उन्हें मालूम होता है, जब information exchange करते हैं, then they are understand कि who is the root bridge. Anyone has any question? Suppose if we have, write one line here, note I'm writing here. If we have same priority, either just you can write here, if priority get match, if priority get matched, then lowest MAC address of the switch will become a root bridge. It's become a root bridge. If priority get matched, obviously, if you have a default priority, it will get matched. If priority get matched, then what will happen? Lowest MAC address of the switch, it's become a root bridge. Because we have a default priority. We have a default priority, then obviously it will get matched. See in here, because if you don't have MAC address, then what will happen? Priorities by default is there, right? This is also 32768, this is also 32760, this is also 32. So now we are going to consider the MAC address. So that's what we discussed. 0A, 0B, and 0C. MAC address should not be the same. Entire word में same नहीं होगा. This is the unique always for each and every device. Either it is mobile, either it is laptop, either it is whatever. If it is electronics or electrical, it should be that have a different. If it is electronics or laptops, whatever router switches are there, they have a unique MAC address. Even वो कभी भी match नहीं करेगा. You will get always. It is an entire world I'm talking about, not in India. कभी भी match नहीं करेगा. It should be always unique. So the MAC address will never ever get matched. Understand about the BPDU. I said BPDU. BPDU means simply because the switch is going to understand when they are exchanging the BPDU. Then they will come to know who is the root bridge. Otherwise, everybody knows I am the root bridge. I am the owner of this topology. So understand. BPDU stand for Bridge Protocol Data Unit. Bridge Protocol Data Unit. Okay. Root bridge is always generate read the hello BPDU every 2 seconds. Every 2 seconds, it is going to generate the hello BPDU packet. That is called BPDU. Even it is used to elect the root bridge. It is used to elect the root bridge. Okay. So we have a two type of BPDU. The first means every 2 seconds means suppose first they are going to send the BPDU between each other when they are in the beginning form, mean when they are coming up. जब वो up होता है तो क्या करता है वो send करता है BPDU to understand who is the root bridge. After root bridge, suppose he's become a root bridge, then he is going to send every 2 seconds hello BPDU. Every 2 seconds में BPDU send करेगा हर एक switch को. He is going to send to him also. That is the BPDU. And one more things, we have a two type of BPDU here. अरे यार, we have two types of BPDU. We have two types of BPDU. One is configuration BPDU. Second is TCN BPDU. First one is configuration BPDU. Second one is TCN BPDU. Anyone has any question?